Students, how are you all? I hope you all are keeping fine. In our today's SST class, we will be doing Civics, Chapter 30, Making a Living, Rural Livelihood and Urban Livelihood. Now, making a living, livelihood means how you earn to bring up your basic needs. That is your food, your clothes, your shelter and other type of comforts in life. Now, making a living is the necessity of everyone's life, everywhere, whether in rural areas or in urban areas. We find people running about and doing one job or another in order to make both ends meet. In this way, the cycle of life goes on. It means that whether people stay in the rural areas, that is in the villages, or in the urban areas, that is in the cities, they have to work to earn their living, and that is what the life cycle goes on. Now first we will study about the rural areas, how people earn livelihood in rural areas. Now various types of livelihood prevalent in a village. Prevalent means what type of livelihood is available there, what different types of people are doing different types of jobs. Now different types of people live in village and they have different types of livelihood. Agriculture is the chief occupation of the villagers. They are mostly farmers. There are, however, other people who follow different occupation. There are shopkeepers, blacksmith, carpenters, weavers, potters, barbers, etc. All of them from the village community. Now, if we talk about the rural areas, that is the village, the main occupation of the people is farming, but there are people who do other work also, like weavers. Weavers means those who weave clothes and all. Blacksmith means lohar, जो लोहे का काम करता है. Then we have the potters means जो अपने मटके वगैरह बनाते हैं. And then we have barbers, then we have carpenters, and that's how the community is formed. Now different types of farmers. If we talk about farmers, now you must have seen that there are farmers who have lot of money. Sometimes the farmers have no money. So if we talk about farmers in villages, there are different types of farmers. That is three types of farmers. Now first is rich farmers, second is middle class, and third is the lower class farmers. Now majority of the people who reside in the different villages are farmers, but all farmers are not of the same level and position. Many economists have attempted their classification. Now we have classified these farmers. There are farmers with large farms, farmers with middle-sized farms and small-sized farms owners, and land farmers. Farmers who own land between 2 to 5 hectares are called middle class farmers. Now those who own land more than 5 hectares are called large farmers, while such farmers who own less than 2 hectares of land are called small scale farmers. Some small farmers have no land also at all, so they have to work on other people's farm. Such farmers are called landless farmers. Now landless farmers are often trapped in debt. Debt means कर्ज. They take credit या loan from the large farmers or from the creditors. So what happens is, from the money lenders, when they take money to give to complete their basic needs, because they do not have any land, so they work on the other people's farm, and that's how they get very little money. So they keep on taking, like for medical, if they have any health issues, they take money from money lenders, or if they want to get the children married, then they have to take money from money lenders or from large farmers, and that's how they are caught in debts, कर्ज. Now large farmers usually do not work as cultivators. They themselves don't work on the farm. They don't go on the farm and cultivate crops. They give land to other farmers on contract and share the produce with them. मतलब they give it on contract basis कि दूसरे को किराए पर दे दिया और वो आके उस पर काम करते हैं, and then they whatever the produce is there, they share it. at times engage landless farmers and pay them either in kind or in cash. They live in pakka houses and enjoy a life of luxury. Sometimes they also engage landless farmers on their farm and either they pay in cash. Cash मतलब या तो पैसे देते हैं या kind मतलब जो उनके खेत में उगता है उसको वो उनको थोड़ा सा दे देते हैं. Now middle farmers mostly work on their lands and grow crops for themselves and their families. This type of farming is called sometimes like farmers, they have a small land and on that land they cultivate very little crop, so that comes in need for themselves only. They cannot sell it either in the market or earn lot of money. Now the main production of this consumed by the farmers themselves only. Such farmers usually use primitive tools. Primitive tools means पहले पुराने ज़माने में जो टूल्स चले आ रहे थे, बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव सो मच मनी टू बाई ट्रैक्टर्स और द मॉडर्न इक्विपमेंट्स like now for harvesting. Now they grow crops only like the daily routine, like they have wheat or barley, rice, what can come in handy for themselves. Small farmers who own land less than 2 hectares are it's very difficult for them to make both ends meet. So those with no land lead a worse life. Worse life means बहुत ही poor life they lead. They have no work to for themselves. Like they have to work on the large scale farmers land, or they have to help the middle scale farmers. Their condition is very pitiable. Pitiable means dayaniya, miserable. A few of them leave their villages and temporarily shift in the nearby towns and cities to earn for themselves, where they work as rickshawalas or auto drivers or you can say mason, जो कारीगर वगैरह जो हमारे घर आते हैं काम करने के लिए, और the housemaids जो आते हैं हमारे घर. That's how they go and they work in the cities and towns. Now let's talk about shopkeepers. Next to the farmers, the shopkeeper form an important part of the village folk. They sell different things of daily use, etc. Like stationery, grocery, and your hosiery items. Now food items also. Now people come to their shops to buy different things. Some customers pay them in cash while others buy things on credit. Naturally those who take things on credit have to pay more. More means अगर आपने 10 रुपए की चीज़ ली है उधार में, तो after some time if you are giving the money then you have to pay 2 rupees extra. Now the blacksmith as I told you earlier, lohar. Usually there is one family of the blacksmith in each village. He makes tools and implements of iron and farming community. Members of this family help him in his work. The assistant keeps the fire burning by working on the bellow. Bellow means उनके पास एक horn type होता है जिसमें air they can blow the air through it. Many times you must have seen in movies also. He strikes the iron when it is hot and molds the iron into different shapes. Now the carpenter is also an important member of the community. He makes furniture, doors, etc., windows, chair, tables, and he also helps in making plow carts. Plow carts means जो बैलगाड़ी वगैरह होती है या जो हल वगैरह होता है खेतों में काम करने के लिए, that also is made by these carpenters. Now other members of the village community. Some big villages have schools and dispensaries. In such places, the teachers, doctors, nurses also form an important part of the village community. The potters make different types of earthenwares. Earthenwares means मिट्टी के बर्तन बनाना. For the villagers, while weavers weave clothes, bed covers, small carpets and other things for the village community. The cobbler mends the shoes. Cobbler mends मतलब ठीक करना. Mends the shoes. The barbers do the hair cutting job while the washerman washes the clothes. Washerman means धोबी. Now we should not forget the tailor who makes shirts, pajamas, coats, etc. for the people. The postman delivers the post while the Chowkidar keeps a watch on the village during the night. In short, we can say that all types of people with different professions, profession means जो अलग अलग काम करते हैं, that is called professions, are an asset. Asset means valuable to the village community. Now we will study about urban livelihood. Difference between primary, secondary or tertiary occupations. Now if we talk about occupation, there are three types of occupation. Now first is the primary, second is the secondary, and third is the tertiary occupations. Now the work that we do to earn our living is called an occupation. Occupation generally divided into three main categories: primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary occupation, such occupation in which people are engaged in driving things like useful goods from the natural resources, are called your primary occupations, such as agriculture, forestry, cattle rearing, dairy farming, fishing, mining. Such are known as your primary occupation because they are related to the nature directly. Now comes the secondary occupation. Secondary occupation involves processing of raw material like agriculture produce mineral, fish, fowl, etc. into utility goods by hand or by machines. Textile industries, iron industries, steel industries, bakers, leather industry, paper making, etc. all belong to the secondary occupation. Textile industries turn into cotton, wool, silk, jute, etc. Now into cloth, into other materials. Likewise, iron is used in making a variety of machine, tools, furniture, etc. So these are your secondary occupation. Now comes this tertiary occupations. The third type of occupation in which goods are produced but people offer their services for expertise, like people engaged in teaching, banking, your railway, post office. Now these are your tertiary occupations. Now comes this various types of livelihood in urban areas. Now we finished with the rural areas. Now we are going to study in urban areas how people earn their living. Now in urban areas, like in big cities and towns, there are different types of people reside there. They have different types of occupations. Factory workers, shopkeepers, businessmen, professionals like teachers, doctors, lawyers, clerk, etc. are the main occupation of the people, those who reside there. There are, however, other people who follow different kinds of professions. They include vegetable vendors, domestic servants, garment workers and bank employees. Now vendors मतलब जो हमारे सड़क किनारे जो दुकानें लगाते हैं, खोपचे वाले जिसे आप बोलते हो, स्टॉल लगाते हैं या ठेली वाले आप बोलते हो, they are known as your vendors, या घर घर जाके जो ठेले पर जो सामान बेचते हैं. Now first, factory workers form a substantial part of the urban population. They are employed in different factories. They work in day shift and in night shift. They produce various things, whether related to your hosiery articles, machine, chemicals, any type of factory they may be. Now shopkeepers and businessmen, they are indulged in buying and selling of goods. Now whether it is your bread, butter, vegetables, fruits, food grains, sweets, your groceries, books, stationery, anything. Now professionals like the teachers, doctors, lawyers, bank employees, clerks, postmen, policemen are also a part of the urban community. They serve the society in their own way. Then teachers and professionals educate the students and intelligent them, enlighten them. Doctors work in hospitals and dispensaries and cure the people for their illnesses. The bank employees look into the various money transaction jobs. The postman and other post office employees handle different means of communication, emotionally connect the people. Emotionally connect the people means they transfer their letters from one place to another. So that's how they help in connecting people emotionally. Now besides the above things, there are some other people also, like your vegetable vendors. Then you have domestic servant, garment workers, bank employees. Then you have your street, on the streets people are selling sweets, fruits, vegetables. As the urban population leads a comfortable life, they engage domestic servants also, who help the people in doing their the household works, like cooking for them, washing and cleaning their house, sweeping and swabbing their houses. So there are now if we talk about the people who are form a part, all these people, they form a part of the urban society. Now apart from this, there are difference between self employed and regular employed or wages employment. अगर हम बात करते हैं अर्निंग लाइवलीहुड की, so there are people who are self employed. Self employed mean those who do their own work, they are not working for anybody else. Then you have regular employment, जो daily जो regular monthly basis पे, or you say they are continuously working at any workplace, like you have your teacher, you have your bank employee. And then you have wage employment. Wage employment means जो daily wages पे काम करते हैं, जैसे हमारे जो बेलदार वगैरह होते हैं, जो construction work वगैरह में काम करते हैं, they work on daily wages. Like the work, if they are working for 2 hours, they are paid for 2 hours. If they work for 2 days, they are paid for 2 days only. Now self-employed. In cities and towns, a major part of people are self-employed, who themselves run their own business and shops. They are independent and run their own show as they like. Their income depends on their hard work and their interactions. The shopkeepers and businessmen form a major section of the self-employment. They are not means nobody is responsible for their income. जितना मेहनत वो करेंगे उतना ही वो कमाएंगे. Now regular employment. There are some employees who are employed on a permanent basis. They are given regular monthly salary and allowances. Allowances means उनको DA मिलता है, उनको provident fund मिलता है, medical मिलता है. Okay, that is your allowances. They are laborers. All public and private sector servants are part of these regular employment, like your teacher. I told earlier also, teachers, those who are working in bank, those who are working in hospitals, they are your regular employment. Now comes this wage employment. People who are not employed on a regular basis are engaged in day-to-day employment, form a part of the wage employment. They are laborers, carpenters, painters, stone cutters, stationer workers. They are employed when you have work at home. अगर आपके घर पे कोई carpentry का work है, if you want to make a door or you want to make some table and chair, you engage a carpenter, and the number of days he works for you, that much he is paid. So these are called wage employees. Now comes this rural-urban link through migration. Now how this rural and urban areas are linked together. Now linked together means वो कैसे एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए. How they are linked means they are linked through migration. Migration means when people from one place shift to another place. Now, as I told earlier also, that the small scale farmers, those who do not have land of their own and they work on the other people's farm, it is very difficult for them to earn their living. So what such people do is they shift to towns and cities, and there they earn their living, and on the same they work on the farms in the villages also. City में रह के काम करते हैं, they work in the cities as rickshaw pullers, auto drivers, housemaids, mason, and when there is harvesting time in the village, they go back to the village. So that's how they have their extra income. Now, the act of shifting from one place to other is called your migration. Due to lack of employment facilities in rural areas, many villagers migrate to neighboring towns and cities. This links rural and urban lives. Such migration of rural folks to urban areas lead to the overcrowding of cities, thereby creating unnecessary conditions there. But it has certain advantages of its own. It leads to the prosperity of both the rural and urban people. The rural people can send their incomes to dependents living in the villages, and the urban people can expand their business with the help of the rural people, laborers. Thus, the rural people save their families from starvation and the urban people increase their production with easily available labors. Now, as I told you that these migrants, they come and settle in towns. Now, what happens is कि both are in profit, although there is a negativity that the cities and towns are becoming overcrowded, but there is a positive side also. Positive side in such a way that the city shopkeepers and all can sell their things to the villagers. On the same, they can engage these people for their personal work, like your housemates and some workers on the shops. So that's how it is, both sides, negativity and positivity. Now with this, we have finished the chapter. I will be sending you the question answers. If any doubts, you can ask me.